What's up guys, it's Eric here. I'm back with another VOD review from Metafy. As always, if you are looking to get coaching yourself, check out my Metafy. The link is the first one in the description down below. For live sessions where we actually hop into a call and VOD reviews, which is what we're doing today. You get 10% off your Twitch sub, another 10% off if you buy more than one session at the same time. And we also have training plans, which are like big bundles of a lot of sessions. So if you want to get more bang for your buck and buy them in bulk, then you can do that. That being said, let's hop into this one. They say they want to climb to Diamond. They're in Platinum right now. Get flustered when trying to make unusual stuff work when they've high rolled. Feel like frequently make mistakes with timing and depth of rolls and evaluation of econ versus health. All really hard things to do in TFT. So I can definitely see why you would find those things difficult. Also, item/comps. I follow guides and have decent handle on a few meta comps to transition. I think I make mistakes a lot. Want to improve these things. All right. And then these two matches cover a lot of different issues. Both of them feel like they're on track for a better result. In Game 1, I swapped comps because Cannoneer was contested and what felt like a solid Mirage comp. Game 2, because the Augment Shimmer made it almost irrelevant. Made Econ almost irrelevant. I feel like there's more to critique comp and itemization. So we'll just do Game 1 today. And then we'll do Game 2, probably another video. Oh, and I'm at the end of the video. I was like, wow, that's a weird way to start the game. All right, love a rod start. Said it many a time. I love a rod start, and I like this arena with the spaceship. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, the rod start, and you have the whatever this add-on thing that has a comp up there. I would say don't focus too hard on one specific comp, but I think it's fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to hold the Jade pair. I would even still hold the Scorpion, the what do people call them, the lobster for a second. Like I don't even really care about this Nidalee that much. I'd probably end up selling like Nidalee maybe to purchase a unit, because like what you can end up playing is pretty solid Bruiser's opener. You don't necessarily have to move the rod immediately, just a small thing. Is there anything I would sell here? I mean, you have trainers here, be Cannoneers, and I think you said it ends up being a Cannoneers opener. I would sell the Nidalee and buy the set. The set can be really good with Karma to get Dragonmancer early. Oh my. Okay, yeah. So then we just play 3 trainers here and get infinite Nomsy stacks for free. And then probably the Sun is cool, but we kind of need a frontline, so we'll probably end up leveling for the Thomas Kench. Yeah. Okay, the only issue here is their itemization is pretty whack for Cannoneers, but it's actually not so bad. I don't even hate a weak spot take here and slam Locket from this spot. It's pretty good. Yeah, and you're checking Augment win rates, which I think is generally a good thing to do to inform your decision. But yeah, and you actually, don't you see that weak spot has a higher win rate there, and you take uplink anyway? I mean, we have 3 items here, so I don't hate uplink. But I kind of just want weak spot here. I guess Morello's isn't so bad. I actually never really messed with this feature on Meta TFT, but having a little, this is Meta TFT, I think, right? It looks like Meta TFT. Having this instead is really cool. Yeah. Oh, uplink is, wow, uplink is really high when taken first, actually. You just end up taking whatever has the highest win rate. I mean, it's a good augment. Yeah, oh, okay. Uplink would take it first. That's higher win rate than weak spot. Interesting. I mean, I don't hate playing the stats in this spot because I'm stuck between uplink and weak spot there. The other thing is, like, what are we going to end up moving our items to? And you're also, I mean, this is for, like, the Shyvana version of the comp, which I don't know if we're actually going to end up playing. I don't hate lost streaking here. But yeah, I would end up slamming Locket here, personally. I guess when you have uplink, you can think more about just spreading all your items out. Okay. I mean, I guess if we take uplink, we don't have to slam Locket. Can't make econ here. I mean, our points definitely, like, just, like, I don't know if we're ever going to kill a unit. Okay, and you're playing really into stats, which is, like, nice. In some ways, but you don't want to become super focused on stats where that's, like, the only thing that you look at. Because, like, it can cause you to make weird decisions when you should not. But I mean, it does show you that, you know, like, an early, really strong version of the board is playing around bruisers and these guys, which makes perfect sense. And yeah, I'm even down to do something like this, though you should, in general, play the Lulu or Heimerdinger, right? Who's a stronger unit. Yeah, I mean, this is probably... Did we have 4 bruiser in it? We didn't have 4 bruiser at 2-1. But I probably would have leveled at 2-1. No, we had 4 bruiser at 2-1, right? Okay, so yeah, I would have leveled here at 4-1 and just played the board of Tristana, Lulu, and then 2 bruisers, just so that we can have a board to play. And if not that, I would still have just played Tristana, Lulu, plus one of these. It doesn't show up here because it's very infrequent, but Lulu is a better unit than Heimerdinger, right? So this is where you can kind of fall into a pitfall of playing completely around stats, where like Lulu is just a much better unit on this board than Heimerdinger is, but you only see Heimerdinger in like the early game, quote unquote, what the best early game board is, because you know you see him way more frequently, right? Yeah, and it's fine to take a loss here and just stack up trainers. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, uplink is a really good augment. Okay, I'm down. I'm down for uplink here. Even though I would probably think about taking weak spot here, but like the stats say uplink, and like I'm honestly between both of those. I'm completely down to take uplink here. Okay. But yeah, like play the Lulu here, and then this is literally just our board. I'm fine to even sell off everything and make 10. I mean, not everything, but the Shen. Double level here for Heimer Wokch. I think this is a really aggressive play, and I think it's only really good if you can win streak. Though you did say you're in flat, so it's possible that people are playing weak enough boards that you can win streak with this board, but we don't have a single 2-star unit. I really reserve this kind of play, and yeah, you definitely should have done this early item. Like when you take uplink, we could have had items on everybody. Just a lot of stuff to talk about, right? This kind of early double level play, I think, is only really valuable if you're playing for a win streak. We want Gwinsu's here, right, to get rid of one of the rods. Yep, looks good to me. And then we can sell that Heimerdinger. Like, I would have just made 10 here, because I'm not really confident that we can win the next 2 fights. So maybe people are playing weak enough boards that we can. Like, you double level here to get in 3 trainer, which is fine. But I think I'd rather, like, I'd prefer the Econ having a few extra stacks on Namzi. And if you're gonna make this play, I would honestly, especially because I want to move this Gwinsu's, I would sell the Heimerdinger, put Senna in, because we really need to play for win streak now, because we've basically like gotten rid of some econ to play for win streak. So I guess perhaps with the changes to Namzi, like is 3 trainer the best board here? Probably still not, but it could be. I would make 10 here, even though it's a nice unit, but yeah, it's worth selling, because like, especially like if we just find a Jinx, then we don't even have to play this unit. So I would sell this unit because it's guaranteed making 10 gold. But we do end up getting to hold a pair, which is nice. So yeah, like I think Sen is stronger here, but I guess maybe with the changes to trainer, this board's perhaps a little bit more acceptable. I'm not sure. I haven't played enough. Oh no, but this is on the last patch where trainer 3 still isn't even buffed yet. Because you sent this in a few days ago, and the new patch came out today. So, okay, there's no shot. You should definitely be playing Senna here and trying to play for win streak if you're going to make this double level play, but I honestly wouldn't even make the double level play because I'm not confident that we can win streak the entire stage. I only make that double level play if I'm confident I can win out, because it's sacking a lot of econ to hopefully regain that gold in a win streak. But we don't end up win streaking with it, we end up losing the next 2, you know, which is tough. Fine though. Someone just got a dragon. I finally, like, I watched some clip, and then I realized that they play that sound effect when someone gets, like, an early dragon. I had no clue. A little rough. Like, oh, another rod? That's rough. We will have to end up building a pocket here, then, huh? We can sell that, yeah. Not the strongest without mage. Though, I mean, it's possible to get in mage, but I'm fine to make econ here. Okay. I mean, I don't hate Locket, Shen Slam, and then just backline the Shen. And get Locket on 5 units here. Because what the hell else are we doing with this rod if we don't do that? I guess we could put it on Tom Kench just to spread uplink value, but it's silver cybernetic uplink value, so it's not even the biggest. Versus getting a Locket slam would be really nice. So you just like slam the Locket and then bring the Shen down here and then put everybody in a line. And it'd be really nice. Locket's just a little bit awkward in Cannoneer comps, because usually you want to like solo frontline in Idis or something, but you can still use it for your backline. And the other big thing is that we have 2 rods in a mage, or in a Cannoneers comp, which is like really hard to make use of. Okay, so now you're gonna look at level 6, and then you're gonna look at augment win rates. Yeah, I think for like second augment on, you really have to think specifically about your specific position and what augment makes the most sense. It's gonna say last stand here, which is really interesting. Okay, but you end up taking Bruiser Crest, which I think is fine. Because now if we get another Bruiser, we can just level 4 Bruiser, and it gives us Shen 2, which really spikes us, and it gives us an item for uplink. So I kind of like this. Yep, down a level here. It's put that on Senna for now for the uplink value. And I would still send the Locket here personally. If I didn't have Gwinsus already, or if this was our only rod, I would think a bit more about potentially slamming Locket here. But because we have 2 rods, we just... This is something in TFT, like, you really need to get rid of the item components that you don't really want for your comp. Like, for Heimerdinger, or not for Heimerdinger, but for, like, trainers, you really don't want this many rods. So anything that we can build to get rid of the rods is really nice. So yeah. We have a lot of gold. Really stacking up Namzi. It'd be nice to just put the Bruiser Spat. Like, it's fine on Senna. Like, we're not even going to play her Turbo late game, so no reason to keep her. And then we can get in 4 Bruiser. We can even, like, if we see a Bruiser in our shop, we can get in 4 Bruiser here. But there's... Oh, there is an Alawi, right? So our strongest board is probably... I mean, I'm still a proponent for cutting the Heimerdinger at this point, putting Alawi in, and then putting a Bruiser Spat here, and then our board's, like, 10 times stronger. And we lose out on a few trainer stacks, but we're going to save a ton of HP. We are on a 4 loss streak here, so you can make the argument that you want a loss streak, but, like, I don't know. I would rather just play a strong board and save some HP. But, like, I think the loss streak isn't terrible. It's just 4 Bruiser make our board so much. Like, we could probably make this, like, a 2-unit loss instead of... or maybe, like, a 3-unit loss because the Dragon counts as 2 instead of, like, a quote-unquote 5-unit loss. And, like, what are we building here with all these rods? Like, if we had slammed Locket, then we only have to find an item for 1 more rod. I could even take, like, a sword on the Sonar or something. But now I feel like we have to take, like, Ionic here for, like, Archangels. I guess. I don't hate Ionic here. I think Ionic would be kind of lit. Okay, and you're looking to pivot into this Mirage comp. And we just hit a Deja, which is pretty lit. So I think you said you ended up pivoting because you thought we were really contested. And I mean, like, these are good items. I don't even know what the Mirage is here, actually. And the other issue is, like, Bruiser. Bruiser Spatula isn't very good in Mirage because we're just not going to play any Bruisers, right? It'll be a little bit awkward to get it in. But these augments are good. So what's the Mirage here? I guess I'll figure it out because I don't... We might have checked it and I just missed it early. I feel like I always miss it. Yeah, I'll check it next fight. I mean, after this fight, I can see if it's like Pirate's Greed or something. Okay, it's not Pirate's Greed. It's not Warlord. I don't think I saw Deja's hands glowing, so I don't think it's Duelist or Spellblade. Maybe it's Crit or Electrocharge. I don't remember us checking it. Maybe I'm sure we did, and I just missed it. Is it Crit? It looks like Crit. It looks like those attacks are critting a lot. But it didn't crit there, huh? Like all of these little crits, I feel like make me think it's the crit one. But then those didn't crit, which is odd to me. Oh, it's Dawnbringers. So then I couldn't have told there. So that was just a bunch of crits happening, I guess. Okay, so it's Dawnbringers. It's a good one. I guess you can fit like Bruisers in with like a Shen or something, like just with the Shen 2. And then you can, you know, have more HP for Dawnbringers to scale with. I mean, these are relatively good items for Dawnbringers. Oh my god, the number of rods this game. Like, in general, you want to play around this kind of front line. I mean, 54 HP, 2 win streak. Board's like not even that weak. You could honestly think about going fast 8 from this spot, especially in Urilo. Like, I in general wouldn't really recommend it, but I think... Okay, and like this is where like paying close attention to this stuff is probably going to end up messing you up. Paying really close attention to like what the best build is from any specific spot. Like the best build right here is the units that you hit, not these specific units, right? And it's definitely not freaking Yone 3, because we're not going to hit Yone 3 from here. So, yeah. Like, if you hit an Orin 2, then Orin 2 is the best units for you to play here. But we're not going to see Orin 2 on here. Okay, but yeah, I think, especially like a Platinum Elo game, I think you said, I'm totally happy to greed a bit here. We don't need trainers in still. Oh my. I mean, it's probably uplink 3, huh? Golden Egg. I feel like Golden Egg in anything below Master Tier, people just insta-take. It's pretty lit. We already inted 1 round. I'm kind of down to just int a few more. But I mean, I guess it's alright because we, okay, I definitely play you. Because, we have the egg, right? I'm down to roll a bit more. I mean, we can always cut this. Do we have something we really want to cut this for? Not really. We want to get the Bruiser Spat on someone. Yeah, like Nunu is perfect. getting the 4. I want to get this out of the way. So, I mean, we have the 3 Bruiser in, and then 4 Mirage isn't bad. I mean, we can probably win a decent number of these fights with our upgrades, and then just go level 8, and hopefully hatch this egg soon. I mean, we're winning fights, man. Is this game not free? Is this game not free? It's gonna be hard to fit in 4 Bruisers. I think it's more likely that we end up cutting some. But I mean, yeah, you can put this in over Sejuani. Or Lilia. I guess over Lilia, yeah. We could even try to get in Mage somehow. But yeah, 4 Bruiser definitely better here, right? Okay, we're on the wrong side. Okay, so this is something I was talking about with someone else versus Sona as Deja. There's a way to like troll Sona positioning. So Sona's gonna ult the furthest unit, right? It's and it's a bit hard here because they have no units over here. But theoretically, if you put a unit really far to the left, and if the unit can end up being somewhere over here, and then you put Deja probably like 3rd row on the same side as Sona, it's very plausible that Sona ends up ulting this direction instead of ulting your Deja. What you do by like putting Deja completely opposite from the Sona is the Sona is always going to ult the Deja. It's really tough in Mirage. Like if you had another backline carry, or just like a backline unit in general, that like that Lulu, but you don't really want to play Lulu here. Like if you could play the Lulu here, you could put the Lulu in this corner as a bait, and then put the Deja on this side, so that Sona ends up ulting the Lulu here. But we can't really do that here, so I would just be down to put Deja here. We also snap second Gwynsu's for Deja, which I don't know. I'd kind of prefer another damage item. The problem is like, what were we gonna build if not like another Gwynsu's or something? Probably like a death cap for just like Lulu or something. Our items ended up really awkward this game. Which, I mean, part of it's just because we didn't end up building like a locket. Like we could have just built locket and then we could have made a better item there, I think. Let's see, Bard's not terrible. Ionic Spark here, I like a lot. But yeah, I would have preferred to build like locket, and then we could have Ionic, and we could have ended up building like a Jewel Gauntlet here, like just something that helps with more damage, or a Jewel Gauntlet or a Giant Slayer, probably a Giant Slayer, instead of double Gwynsu's, because I think these items are gonna end up being kind of awkward. Like if you look at Deja item, like stats-wise, Deja doesn't really like Gwynsu's that much anymore. I love the Ionic here, but I'd probably put it on somebody else just to spread the uplink love. I'm down to level here for Lilia and roll it down. Because we're 43 HP, we can die soon. And getting another Cavalier would be really nice. Okay. That being said, apparently, yeah, I mean, their board looks turbo weak. Free win, really nice. I mean, if we don't get punished for it, we can greed it out. This is like another one of those situations where I would personally level here and try to stabilize. But if we don't get punished for it, we can greed it out. We have 80 gold, though. Usually when you're this high gold, I think it makes sense to level. Okay, level for Yasuo is good. I mean, once you have these 3 units in, it's really hard to end up cutting Mirage. So I'm happy to play around 6 Mirage, and we just need to find a Yone or a Leona possibly, but ideally a Yone, right? Hitting the Yasuo is very fortunate, by the way. We can just look for Yasuo items or tank items off Treasure Drag. That's what we want. All right, another dub. I'm interested to see what this placement is, because you said I think you said you went 4th this game. I mean, I feel like with gold and egg, and from this spot, it should be, like, we should have a very solid placement from here. I'm down to reroll these. Down to reroll these. Down to reroll these. This is pretty good. ZZ Rots plus, Gargoyle Stoneplate here. I don't hate this. I like this a lot, actually, because we just need frontline items. That's all we need. I'm down to take this. Okay. See, like, what's this? And then we end up taking this? I mean, you have to take something at some point, right? Oh, Titan's Quicksilver Yasuo. Sounds good. Okay, okay. I think we end up taking it because we're just low on time. But I mean, these are really good Yasuo items. Okay, we're at 80 gold. We need to hit some upgrades. Like, importantly, Deja 2. Get 2 of these bruisers out that aren't really doing anything. Oh, we have a Yone in shop, by the way. Yone, Lilia in, and the board gets, like, a good bit stronger. So I would do that, personally. I know 4 bruisers is nice, but the later in the game you get, the more HP your units tend to have, the less bruiser really matters. But I would roll here. I don't think we're in a position where we can just chill at 50 gold. We don't have Deja too. Close fight regardless. I mean, this is definitely a fight that we win if we have like Deja 2 and stuff. Yeah, just roll. It's not a go 9 from this angle. There is no shot we go 9. And we skip the Yone in shop. 6 Mirage with Dawnbringer is really nice because it gives you that second heal, right? Like, we would have just won that fight if we had Dawnbringer in. Like, six Mirage in last fight. Pretty sure. Like, 4 Bruiser is nice, but it definitely falls off late game. And getting the 6 Dawnbringer in would be really good. Huge Yasuo ult. But yeah, like Yasuo lives so much longer, right, if we get Dawnbringer in. But I mean, we're about to get our egg hatched, and we're not dead. We just need to, like, this is really greed. Okay, what's our stuff? Oh god. Oh my god. Okay. The Nikos is good as well. You could even remake Yasuo with like these 3 items if we find another Yasuo. Like, I would roll here potentially. And we just have remover. So isn't it? Yeah, they give you a bunch of removers. So I'm down for Anima Visage on frontline, Triforce on Yasuo, and then remover one of the Gwinsus and put the what is it, Sanya's on here. But you need to roll. You're 23 HP. You have 80 gold. You're gonna die. I don't think this is that bad, but I think the Zanya's on Sage is pretty good here, right? It helped they just scale up even longer and just like win out really late fights where like they're gonna try to kill Deja. So I think it's worth. We end up winning though. God. But are we really going fast 9 from here before hitting Deja too? There's no shot. I think you weren't comfortable, so you missed the Yone in shop. But like as you play this comp more, you'll definitely see the Yone. I would just take the Yasuo here for the Yasuo pair. Okay, no Yasuo. Just a Zephyr then is a really good item. We don't really lack anything here. But yeah, it's definitely Zephyr, right? Zephyr would be really strong in a lot of late game fights if you can position around it. Okay. Okay, because we want to put Gunblade here, but like healing is not that crucial here, and now we just have a dead Gwinsus, right? So I guess we're gonna go 9 from here. I definitely would have rolled at 8 instead of going fast 9 this game. This is really greed. We're also skipping Hecarim's for some reason. You really want to get Hecarim in for the Cavaliers, right? Like Hecarim in here, and then Yone in here, and then you have the Lilia in here, and our comp looks great. Soraka's not even bad. Shyvana pivot is totally doable here, actually. It's not that great. What are our Shyvana items here? I mean, like, you even have the Zanyas, right? We have all these removers, right? It could be a Shyvana pivot. I don't hate the Shyvana pivot. We have nothing actually locking us down. Wait, it's literally a Shyvana too. Because we have Nikos, right? We could play Shyvana too here as our board with the Yasuo. It's kind of like hard to see it because like it's a big pivot, but you can absolutely just pivot to Shyvana from this angle and like have an insane comp. It's definitely stronger than Deja 1, right? Are you gonna do it? No, we're just making 20. Okay, edge. Yeah, I think you're missing the Hecarims because you haven't played around this comp very much. You can keep rolling because we might actually hit Deja, but it was definitely pivot to Shyvana too. That would have been so strong. I end up hitting but yeah, I'll just Nikos it here, honestly. But yeah, like we're playing down a Gwinsus because we ended up greeting this Gunblade on Deja, which I don't even think is that good when you're playing around this Mirage. Okay. And like you see how our Deja just like lacks damage here because we basically have like a damage item. Like Gwinsu's kind of, but not really. Would have been much better to have like a Giant Slayer or something. So what do we go, like 6th? Okay. Interesting game. I think the biggest thing this game came down to greed. Like, you have 80 gold here. I mean, the biggest thing is at 5-1, you go, like, level 7, or you go level 8, you have 50 gold here, you're 43 HP, and you decide to greed it out to go 9, which you actually end up kind of getting rewarded for, but, like, I would absolutely roll it down here and stabilize the board, because I don't think this board is good enough that you can survive. And like you see, over the next few rounds, we take a loss, and now we're 20 HP. And then we can go 9, but we don't end up even really spiking our board that hard. I also think you missed the pivot to Shyvana 2 here, which would have been really strong. I think it's a little bit hard to see, but like our items can actually, like Shyvana, like Archangels, Gunblade, and then you'd like one more, like even the Zanyas would be pretty good, right? Archangels, Gunblade, Zanyas on Shyvana 2 here. Our Yasuo 2 is our secondary carry. We can potentially get like Ragewing in. We see a Nico and a Zaya here, so we can get like Ragewing and Shapeshifter in. Like this could be a really good Shyvana game, but it's a big pivot and that's hard to make. So if you want to just stay in this Mirage comp, I think the biggest criticism is you need to roll it down at 8 when you're this low and you have just like you have an upgraded frontline, which is really nice, but you're still stuck on Deja 1, which you really need to hit. I also think the Deja items, like I said, were a little bit rough. Like if you go to Meta TFT and you look at Deja items, you'll notice that like Gwinsus is really not that prominent. Like if you look at the set, like okay, Gwinsus is prominent, but if you look at every like all the top comps that use Quinsus, it's using like Whisper's Emblem and Revel Emblem. But like these type of builds, you see are like a little bit worse than, let's unselect the Quinsus. Then builds where it's just like damage items, right? Giant Slayer, Archangels, Archangels. Giant Slayer, Gunblade, Archangels. I think also you have to pay really close attention to your Mirage. So I think like the double Gwinsu's one is not very strong. You need a last damage item. And the other thing is like when your Mirage is healing, is Dawnbringers, you don't need this healing item as much. Like, are you ever losing any of these fights because Deja's not healing enough? No, like you lose these fights because Deja actually can't deal enough damage, and the entire enemy team just lives long enough that, you know, our Deja ends up in the middle of the fight because the rest of our team's dead and we lose the fight. Like, Deja's healing was not the issue here, it was Deja's damage. So something like a Giant Slayer would have been much better. I think you should be open also to slamming items that get rid of your poor components, like the Locket earlier, like I was talking about, once we get dropped that extra rod. But really interesting game. A lot of good here. But I mean, yeah, we could have very easily capped this game out into like a top 1, I think, with the Shyvana possibility, or if we just rolled earlier and hit Deja, got 6 Mirage in, got Cavaliers in, as opposed to playing this 4 Bruiser, which, like, the later in the game you get, it tends to be that Bruiser becomes worse, because Bruiser gives you the same HP, stage 2, stage 6, but your health totals are going up throughout the game because you're hitting 2-star, like Yone 2, Deja 2 especially, it's a freaking dragon. So, like, an extra 400 health, what is it, 325 health on Deja? Doesn't really matter. It's kind of nice with Dawnbringer Mirage, but it's really not worth it when you could have had Cavalier plus 6 Mirage in. That would have been really, really nice. But yeah, interesting game. Hope you enjoyed the review, and hope everyone on YouTube enjoyed the review as well. As always, check out my Metafy if you're looking to get coaching. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!